All right, we're going to do a pitching analysis here of Veronica. This is very exciting. We're going to break down all the mechanical components here, see where maybe we can make some changes and improvements, and then through the program, through the remote training that you're in, which is totally awesome, we're going to help you every step of the way to make those improvements and get you to your velocity goal. Now, I looked through your mechanics before this breakdown, and there's definitely many places where we can maximize our efficiency, and I think that goal of 59, 60 miles an hour is very well within reach if we really work in the drills to accomplish that. So that's very exciting. Your goal is very achievable, and through this analysis, hopefully you can get a little better understanding of what you need to focus on and work on. And so this is very exciting. I've got Veronica paired up with Monica Abbott on the right here, who's thrown to the 70s. Obviously, she's a little different size than you. She's quite a bit bigger, but the same principles will apply when it comes to the mechanics. So if we take you into your starting position here, your load, as you can see, Monica aggressively shifts her trunk forward and is loading that, she's a left-handed pitcher, so she's going to land on her right leg. You're right-handed, so you're going to land on your left leg, but she's loading her right leg here as she brings her upper body forward. So she's bringing her upper body forward, which allows her to load that right glute, which is really important when we get to this part and we want to launch that front leg. I'll explain that later. But she's bringing her trunk forward, bringing the ball back. You're doing a very similar movement. You're not bringing your trunk forward as much. You don't necessarily have to be super aggressive with it, but the key is that we're loading this left leg, which you don't appear to be doing a whole lot of. So you can see her foot is flat on the ground here. Your back foot's on your toe. So we're not going to get as effective of a load in that front leg or landing leg if we're up on our toe. So I would suggest maybe getting it slightly more closer to the rubber and then dipping the trunk a little farther forward to help load that left glute. So that would be my suggestion for the starting position. Your hand position is good here, nothing wrong with that. As we take you into your drive leg load, we can see you don't load very long into your drive leg. We look at Monica here as she finally moves on the rubber. She loads into that leg pretty hard, so she has a lot of weight on that leg, and then she's going to kick that front leg very hard. So if we look at your timing, you don't appear to be loading your back leg very much. So this is probably why you're throwing 55, 56, is because you're not using your legs as dynamically as Monica is. And that's exactly what our program is for, and that's exactly what the program is here to teach you. So, as you move here, you don't really initiate much of a drive or triple extension, which is the name of the program. So you can see the timing of this movement is very important. So I'll break this down slowly here. But as Monica moves forward, she's going to aggressively kick that front leg to help peak her momentum or get the maximum momentum possible. And then right as she does that, she's going to triple extend or push force with that back leg. And included with the remote training, I believe, is a Queen of the Hill plate, which is going to help you teach that and feel that movement. Because triple extension can be a difficult movement to feel, but basically it's a drive or push with that back leg, or what we call the drive leg. And so as you can see, Monica is maximizing both of her legs to help create the maximum amount of momentum possible. With you, it looks like you kind of just get pulled off the rubber a little bit, and then your back leg just kind of gets caught behind. And I don't see a big push of force there. So it doesn't look like you're moving as dynamically as Monica has. I mean, you can just see it, how much speed and momentum she's creating compared to you. You're sort of just, hopping, and it looks almost close to a crow hop, not quite a crow hop, but you're not really launching this front leg dynamically at all. As you can see, she launches her front leg pretty dynamically. Now, you don't have to be as aggressive as she is, but you're not getting any momentum out of that front leg at all, and you're especially not getting any drive out of that back leg. So through the drills in the King of the Hill, you're going to learn how to push out of that back leg to help create more speed and torquing your body. And when you land, in terms of your windmill, if we compare you to Monica, her shoulder's a little farther back, a little more closed than you, so she's creating a little bit of core torque or hip to shoulder separation. So her hips are opening slightly to the target, and her shoulders are countering back slightly towards the target. You're actually not doing a bad job of that here. There's just not a lot of dynamic force. It looks like your back leg is getting pulled off as opposed to you driving off and initiating that leg with force. And then at landing, we can see that there's not a lot of a aggressive dynamic movement out of this front leg either. So when we land, we want to push back into those hips, let this this for Monica, that'd be the left hip. For you, that'd be the right hip. We want that hip to dynamically snap through at the end of the delivery. And we want that left arm, or for you, the right arm, to hinge at that hip. For you, your elbow is actually carrying past your hip there. So you're actually losing a lot of velocity on that movement. If we can get that right arm to hinge, this front leg to extend, and this hip to snap through, you'll actually really see a dramatic velocity increase if you get used to that movement. As you can see with Monica here, look how her left arm really hinges on that hip. As she snaps this leg, that lets her other hip snap through, and that's really what's going to help enhance velocity and transfer all the energy at the end of that movement. So the fact that you're throwing as hard as you are with that finish is actually very impressive, which shows that your velocity gains are really, could really easily be achieved if we just figure a few of these mechanical movements out. So to kind of break this down again, moving this back leg into a better position at the start here, bringing the trunk a little farther forward to help load both legs, loading longer into that back leg, and then through our drills, learning to drive and push and initiate more force out of those legs. And then when you land, snap that front leg there, bring that hip through, and then hinge with your throwing arm, I think would really, really help increase your velocity. And that's exactly what we're here to do, and that's exactly what we're here to help you with. So if you have any questions about this analysis, please let me know in the Discord, and I can answer anything you need to know about that. We're finishing up being able to get all the videos and all the content to you for the remote training, and then you can get started on that weekly schedule in terms of the drills, and get started learning these movements, and hopefully slowly start seeing the velocity increase. And I know, and I definitely think the potential is there for the velocity increase pretty quickly. It's just sticking with the movements, sticking with the program, and learning them, and that's exactly what we're here to help you do. So thank you for watching this analysis, and let me know if you have any questions.